Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday, the 8th of May 2022. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the Cosmic Tarot for today's reading. So let's have a look at what these cards want to say about Sunday, the 8th of May, and what energy you'll be working with. So I'm just going to shuffle these and choose 3 cards. Let's have a look. Right, so the first card is the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Wands. I really don't like the look of that card. He looks like Hitler used to me. I went to school with a boy called Anton, and he looked exactly like this. He was like, he did every sport that was available at the school, but his whole personality was like, I'm a jock. Yeah, to each their own. Okay. Let's see. So we've got the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So the 7 of Wands is about standing your ground and being powerful and realizing that you do have the stamina to get through anything and to pursue what it is you care about. The 9 of Wands is making progress and kind of trapping the beast and standing at the front of the camera, posing and being strong and resolved. And then the Ace of Swords is a good idea, a eureka moment. So by not giving up, you'll have some sort of a breakthrough. And that breakthrough in itself then either is a good idea or it provides you with a different perspective that gives you this moment of clarity. A light bulb goes off. Okay, so the 7 of Wands, we've got this kind of, he looks like a dancer or something, like the body language. And he's doing this intricate number. We've got these 6 other wands poking their heads into the frame here. And the element of wands, no, the suit of wands is ruled by a fire. And fire is a masculine element that has to do with what's important in your life, making your life bigger, learning and exploring and being independent, and living a life that's meaningful and rich and fulfilling to you personally. So with the 7 of Wands, by the time we get to this card, there's conflict involved that is somewhat serious, and you've picked something that you want to progress with. So he's decided to be a dancer or to perform, and a lot of outside forces are saying, no, you can't do that. So just maybe one voice would be, your dad was a butcher, you're supposed to take over the business, you can't go off and dance. Other voice could say, you don't have the money for the education to train as a professional dancer, then there are no spots open at the local ballet or whatever. So it's having made a choice in life and saying, this is important to me, and then running into a lot of difficulties. And I think often people react in one of 2 ways. They say, thousands of different ways, as many ways as there are people. But I think often it's, if this was meant to be, should it be this hard? And that's an interesting thing actually, because sometimes you dip your toe into something and it's like you're in this flow of good luck. And everything just clicks together and everything's wonderful and works out exactly the way you want. And it's just a party and a celebration and the best thing ever. Other times you really care about something and you try and nothing works. And it's just completely, the whole thing is just a nightmare. I think when then using those circumstances to evaluate the core thing you've chosen, I think that's the mistake. Instead of saying, oh, everything happened so easily, I must be on the right track, or nothing is going right, I must be on the wrong track. I think, and it's easily said, but in practice it's harder, but to go back and to say, this is something that's important to me. So it doesn't really matter if it's easy or difficult. I'm going to see this through, I'm going to take it to the end so I can achieve what I set out to do. And that's really the definition of stamina, isn't it? Not to let yourself be beaten down by things which are less than ideal, but to keep going. So I've got a new respect for this card, because not only is he continuing on by himself, doing something that's important to him and no one else, but he's doing it with flair and style. So it's saying that everyone has a difficult time. And usually nothing is just one way or the other, right? It's never just easy street or just hell. Usually it's a bit of both. So if you see yourself as not special and not different because you have difficulties, but instead you say, this is normal. And how am I going to get through this in the most stylish and wonderful way and put myself in the best light during these difficulties? That's interesting. It adds a whole nother dimension to something that if you hadn't considered it, you'd just try and get through. You know what I mean? So then we've got the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is usually a wall of wands. One is missing, and in front of that wall, there's a guy standing there with a bandage on his head, and he's kind of looking back over his shoulder. And the card is about facing a lot of obstacles, but then choosing one particular option and making a go with that, having a breakthrough, getting over the worst of things, and having a moment to reflect on how far you've come and what you've done. But it's also still, there's a sense of being bruised and maybe needing a rest as well. So in this, it's a bit different. We've got this kid here at the front of the card. We've got the lion caged up. You know, the 8th card in the tarot, the strength card, has a lion in it and a woman tending to that lion. So yeah, that's also represented as a beast. Because that's kind of what's thrown me here with this card. Is the lion a symbol of your strength, which at times it is, or is the lion this inner beast that you have to tame? So whichever meaning is right. So let's say the lion represents his strength, then he's caged that and he's got a reserve backup battery and he's strong in himself, so he's got an abundance of strength. Right. If the lion is a beast, then he's put a lid on that so that he can operate independently and he doesn't struggle. So it is about strength. We've got the cobra here at the front of one of these rods, and the cobra is a symbol of being number one, being something special. And then again, wands is about your life purpose and passion and what you're trying to achieve. So this is a kid who, I mean, to me, he looks like a poser and he looks like a bit of a fool. But that's not the point of the card. I think the point of the card is, I've done this by myself. I can rely on my own strength and ability. And I've kind of, again, proven it to myself. I can't find the strength card now. Where is it? Excuse me, let me concentrate for a second. Come on, strength. Here we go, strength. So it's on her t-shirt here. It's a symbol of strength in this deck. Okay, so a symbol of strength that's been caged. Yeah, like as a backup. He's not in danger of it, but he's keeping it to the back so that if he needs the extra support, he has it. So he's got resources at his disposal. Okay. So he doesn't need a break. He's an athlete. He isn't even out of breath here, is he? He's like ready to go again. So if you keep going, if you persist, right? Not only are you going to have a breakthrough and prove to yourself that you really can do it, but you're also going to feel top of the world. Like you want someone to take your picture and you've got your makeup on. So yeah, and you'll be able to pursue the next thing immediately without having to take time off or to reflect or to catch your breath. And then the Ace of Swords, the idea and the understanding that I am strong, I have loads of resources at my disposal, inner strength, experience, open-mindedness, intelligence, physical strength, whatever. So I am a big asset in my own life. And you can stamp that and tick it off and say, I have proven it, okay? I am strong. But also this persistence and strength and picking one thing in particular, the thing that you're most interested in trying, instead of trying to do everything at the same time. He's also chosen one thing, right? Both of them have one wand, which is elevated above all the others. So pursuing what you love, no matter how difficult it is, you'll have a breakthrough there and an idea that enlightens the whole situation and that makes the next step much easier. So if things have been a challenge, you're a lot closer than you think. Don't give up now. Keep going. Things really clear up with these two cards. It's like you smash through the wall and things make sense and are much easier. Number-wise, we've got 9 and 7 is 16, and 1 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8, and 8 is strength in numerology. So a big part of the day is really realizing your own strength. And okay, you know, I made fun of him because of whatever, but his asset is his physical strength. Other people are intellectually strong. Other people are, yeah, again, millions of different ways of being strong and talented. You could be very forthright and articulate, or intuitive, or you have musical talent. I mean, there's a million different ways. And you realize one of those talents and strengths that exists within you today. And that's super important. If you don't feel like you're good at anything, then that makes it much harder to make plans for the future. And I look at a lot of charts in my personal readings, right? I've never come across a chart where it said this person has no talent or no special gifts. Everyone has something. The thing I think, though, is a lot of times people don't like the talent they've been given, you know, and they want to be something else. So find your inner strength here today and use it to make even more progress and to have life make a lot more sense and to be easier. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal reading. So if you have any questions about your life purpose or your gifts and talents, or anything else, anything coming up in future or specific topics, please do get in touch with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.